See, at times, to understand the stock price movements, you may be required to source a long horizon data that may be for a 1 year, 2 year, 5 years, or 10 years, and then you want to perform the analysis on a year-wise basis. Let us say you want to analyze the stock from the for 1 decade, that is a 10 years, beginning from 2001 to 2010 or 2010 to 2020. In that case, you have a 10 years of a data, and if you want to go more detail into it, so that you want to get a monthly return, then 10 years into 12 months, 120 months data. And if you are using a high frequency data like daily data, so in that scenario, calculating returns, that is calculating return and the risk of a stock may be very difficult, because you have a legions of a data. Assuming that if you have 10 years daily data, then almost you will have a 2500 observations, nearly 2000 to 2500 observations you will have. So on those observations, and doing it, splitting it or dividing it on a monthly basis and yearly basis, and performing a calculations is very difficult one. But we can overcome the difficulty by using Microsoft Excel, and that too in Excel we have a feature called as a pivot table. So by using a pivot table, you can easily slice your data based on the year, based on a month, and then perform all the calculations with very ease. And you don't even need to type a formula also. Simply you need to drag and drop the values in a pivot table box. So in this video, I show you that how to use the pivot table to calculate monthly returns and on year basis. Keep watching. Here is a daily return series of Heritage Foods, which is a BSE listed company, and the data is sourced from January 1st to December 31st, 2019. So you can see the data here from January 1st to 2019 December. Now on this data, I would like to calculate the return, variance and the standard deviation for a monthly basis. So I'll show you how to calculate that. First of all, we need to convert these values. These are in a date format. See that this is in a date format, and this date format into year. We know that this is a year, but we have to tell Excel to know this as an year. So I am typing this as an year. So one column I labeled it as an year, and I label another column as a month. Now we convert these dates into year and month. So to convert any number into text, in Excel we use a function called as a text. So equal to text, open a bracket, then you enter the value. So here is the value. I want to convert this value into a text. So in the text, I want it in a year format. Format of text is year. So first place the double quote, then click Y. That is, I want a year in a 4. So now you have a year, 2019 year is here. Then click on the autofill button. Then year is calculated because all the days are same year. So you get the same year here. If you have a different years, 2018, 2017, 2020, then this year function will give you the years. Next, we calculate the month similar way. So to get the month, first equal to text, then select the value. Here is a date value, then this comma separated, then double quote, month in a 3 letter, in the sense JANFEB, like that. So enter. Now this is your Jan month. So we calculated a month. If you observe, so you have a Jan month, Feb, March, April, likewise you have a months. So now we have a date, return, year and month, and based on this, now we can easily calculate the returns for each month, average returns for each month, then for a variance for each month, as well as the standard deviation. Now we calculate the return, variance and the standard deviation of this data by using Excel pivot table. So to start with Excel pivot table, first thing is that you need to place your cursor anywhere in the data you have. So here I have data from column G, H, I, J. So among these 4 columns you can place anywhere, so that Excel automatically identifies the data. So you place the cell here, I will place it here, then click on Insert tab, then click on a pivot table. So once you click a pivot table, now if you see that the marching ants, so the data is automatically selected by the Excel. And now pivot table you want to in existing worksheet or a new worksheet. I prefer to select in a new worksheet. So click OK. So data is in one worksheet and your pivot table is in one worksheet. This is a pivot table, and here are your column headings. So you have a date, written, year and month, and rows here. So first what we do is we call the you can simply select the year and drag it to rows. So now you can see that year 2019 is there. As we have only 1 year, it is showing only 1 year. If you have more years, it will automatically display all the years. Then select the month and drag this and below the year. Now you can see January month. So 2019 year is there first, followed by months in that year, Jan, Feb, March, April, likewise. Then we want to calculate the values for our return. So take the return and drag this to values. So your values. Already Excel calculated some values for you. But what is that we want is we want an average. So to get an average, here in a sum values, you will find a down arrow. Click on this. Then click on a value field settings. And once you click on a value field settings, you will get a value field settings window. Here you have options based on sum, count, average. So our average is this. So as we want to calculate an average, click on average, and in a number format, click the number format, choose the number and 2 decimal values. Click OK and click OK here. Now you see the sum value is converted to average of the returns. So these are the average monthly returns of a heritage food stock on each month, Jan, Feb, March, April, likewise. The next what is that we want is we want to calculate the variance, and variance is also based on your return values only. Once again select the return value and drag it to the values box. It again gives you the sum. Now again click on the down arrow here. You will get options here. Click on the value field settings. Now from value field settings, this time here summarize value fields by, you have a variance here. So click on the variance and go to number format, number with the 2 decimals, click OK and then click OK here. So you have a variance for the each month. Then finally you need a standard deviation, that is the risk. Now for this once again select the return, pull it down to the values column, then click on the down arrow to get a value field settings. Click the value field settings. Then in a value field settings, this time you choose the standard deviation. So here is our standard deviation. And again number format, number, OK. Then click OK. So here you have a standard deviation. So with this ease you can calculate month wise average return, variance and the standard deviation using a pivot table. If you have more years, then simply you can drag the more years here. Now you don't see the pivot table options here. So simply click anywhere in your pivot table. Then your pivot table field box is displayed. Now if you move out from the pivot table, this box disappears. Once you enter here, the box appears so that you can make any calculations. And once you save this one, anytime you want to make any corrections, you can do that. Thank you.